YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last episode was awesome. We got the Natsumi versus Crazy Natsumi face-off. Literally, Higurashi Sotsu, kinda. I wonder if they actually took some notes from this, because it was a very cool scene. So I think Crazy Natsumi is gone, or at least temporarily gone. Um, yeah, I guess we'll see the aftermath. I don't really know where it goes from here. Somehow it still needs to tie into maybe after this Natsumi arc is over, because it's basically like the end of Natsumi's character arc. We can somehow tie Tomoe into the final Higurashi arc. Just then, Tomoe heard Natsumi's voice, so she turned around thinking she might be waking up. The girl was absent-mindedly looking left and right on her pillow with a confused look on her face. Hopefully she doesn't revert back to crazy mode.
病院よ。あなたのアルバイト先の佐伯総合病院。
Natsumi suddenly caught her breath and started to sit up, but Tomoe smiled and held up a hand to keep her under control. Then she walked up next to her and sat in the folding chair beside the bed.
気分はどう？
別に悪くはないです。
無理しなくてもいいのよ。今日はここでゆっくりしていきなさい。
Don't sweat that you tried to kill me. It's all good. Beef is squash.
親御さんにはもう連絡しておいたから。ごめんなさいね。話は少し聞いた。
Is this the right part? I kind of forgot where I saved. I assumed it was it. It's kind of hard to tell. It's this. Wednesday. Wait, we can tell from this? Yep. It's that. My instincts were correct. It's been a little bit. I've been busy. If you're actively following the series and a random stream VOD pops up instead of a Higurashi episode, I just didn't have time that week to record that episode, so sorry in advance, but yeah.
大変だったみたいね。
Glad we've chosen the right one. It wouldn't be the first time I chose the wrong save in the console arts.
心配していたわよ、お母さん。
So our parents are alive? That's crazy. That's why I thought I might have chosen the wrong ones, because it was kind of implied that Natsumi killed her parents. But I guess she was just tweeting.
明日あなたに謝りたいって。
そうですか。
Natsumi had an ambiguous look on her face as she responded, then let out a sigh and looked up at the ceiling. She probably couldn't believe that her mother would so easily admit she'd been in the wrong. As a matter of fact, Tomoe did leave out a lot of details. Right after bringing Natsumi to Saiki Hospital, Tomoe immediately contacted her home and spoke with her mother. She no longer made any attempt at concealing her identity, and as expected, Tomoe heard a gasp from the other end of the phone. But the next thing Natsumi's mother said was very unpleasant.
夏美が何かしたのでしょうか？
別に何も。とりあえず怪我も大したことはありませんので、医師の診断では数日間
I mean, again, to be fair, she did try to kill Tomoe. Tomoe's a saint and probably notices that's not normally Natsumi, but still. She could technically get Natsumi, arrested. So it is kind of a big deal, but God bless Tomoe. Then Tomoe gave her a terse response of, "If you want the full story, come here," and hung up the phone. An unpleasant ringing sound echoed as she slammed the receiver down. Okay, I guess that's what the unpleasant thing was, that Natsumi's mom immediately thought Natsumi did something wrong instead of worrying about her, which is kind of fucked up, I guess.
普通、先に安否を聞くのが親だろうが。
I guess it just depends on your relationship, though I don't think Natsumi's a bad girl, so it is kind of a weird response. Thinking that was a sign of human nature, Tomoe disconsolately It's not a real word. Shook her head, but on the other hand, the initial reaction did clearly demonstrate one thing. And just an hour later, her mother came here in a hurry. Tomoe invited her to a vacant hospital room and then asked about what happened before Natsumi left home, hiding the details of her assault.
つまり昨晩夏美さんが友人の男性と旅行したいと夕食の席で話したので、それに反対したこと。
I'm honestly like not even. I still hold the opinion that I'm not that mad at Natsumi's mom for not wanting her daughter to go on an overnight trip with a male friend. Well, when they mentioned that they would be all like traveling together, then I don't really think that's a problem, to be honest. Like the reason I thought because it's kind of sketchy, but the mom was just worried because of appearances and stuff, which isn't as good as an excuse as I was thinking. So.
それだけですか？
ええ、別に他には。
安心してください、君吉さん。私はひなみ沢のことを少しは知っております。ですから、特殊な事情をお持ちであることも理解して、今日の一件は口外しないことをお約束します。話していただけますね。
はい。
Despite Tomoe's prefacing the conversation that way, Natsumi's mother gave self-defensive and biased explanations in order to avoid responsibility. Classic Natsumi's mom. It was hard to take any of it as objective. But even so, Tomoe patiently listened through it in order to uncover the truth, frequently asking questions to direct the flow of the conversation. Finally, she was able to infer the source of Natsumi's abnormal behavior.
なるほど。事情はよくわかりました。それで翌朝、もう一度話し合おうとしていたら、
Yeah.
その前にいきなり家を飛び出して出て行ってしまった。
That's when she was tweaking.
そういうことですか？
Respectfully. Tweaking maybe not be the best word, but yeah.
てっきり私たちと顔を合わせるのが嫌で、そのまま学校に行っているものだと思っておりました。私としても最近のあの子の言動にはどうにもついていけないところがあって。
Natsumi needs like how to be a good mom for dummies video or something. She needs to like focus up a bit. Like I get it, kind of. She's just like, in a way she is caring because she is trying to like make her daughter like succeed and have a good image, but she's definitely not doing it well.
最近？本当にそれは最
Ooh,
近の話なん
Tomoe
です。
calling her out. That's crazy.
彼女は過去にも不明な行動を起こしたこと
Oh,
は
never mind.
一切
I
ないの
was
です
thinking
か？
differently, but yeah, also she's lying. You knew this shit always happened?
あなた、電話で最初に聞きましたよね。
What did she do this
夏美が
time?
何をしたのか。
Which implies she thought her daughter was capable of doing something bad, although she was in trouble in the past.
普通こうい
I
う
could
場
be
合
a
は
detective too.
事件や事故に巻き込まれたのではと連想するものなのに、
Hire me.
なぜ
This is
か
what
加
happens
害
when
者
you
になった
binge
ことを想定した質問
5
だった。
seasons of Law and Order. Original 1990s version just finished season 5. I can't say I'm happy that
ということは、
Logan's leaving the
あなたは
scene, but okay, stop
娘さ
ranting
んが
about.
希望
Sorry,
時期に走る危
I'm
険性
so
を
Law and Order pilled.
実は知っていた。
I'm actually so
のでは
Law
ない
and
の
Order
です
pilled
か。
right now that I'll easily go on rant, so I will not. I will focus up. Anyways, I support Tomoe for roasting. Someone needed to roast the mom in a way that doesn't result in death. Because Natsumi can't do it. One of them would probably die, so this is needed. It's
日
for
本
her
の警察を
re-education, okay?
なめないでいただきたい。彼
So
女の
true.
言動のパターンを紹介すれば、それが突発的なものか、それとも慢性的なものかは
I just
すぐに
say
わか
the
るんです
truth.
よ。
It's no point of lying, honestly.
なんでしたら、あなた以外の誰かから調書を取って、その上で 改めてお伺いしてもいいのですがね。
それは。
Owned. Based on how visibly upset Natsumi's mother was reacting, Tomoe could tell her intuition was on point. Then after some in-depth discussion about Natsumi's past and home life, Tomoe struggled to contain her anger over how often this woman got in the girl's way.
本当に
Damn.
よく我慢したものだ。
Even thinking back on it now made her sickeningly angry. If she wasn't speaking with a woman, she seriously might have slugged her. First off, equal. Okay, I won't even make that joke. Second off, based. Slugger like Logan from Law & Order Season 5 finale. Spoilers. Get spoiled from a show that aired, season that aired in 1995. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry, I'm not even high. I'm just high on life. And also maybe sleep depravity.
だからもう一度話してごらんなさい。大丈夫。今度はちゃんと相談に乗ってくれるはずよ。
Honestly, yeah, you probably have a better chance now that the police kind of roasted her. She'll probably be less hesitant to being bitchy.
それでもしダメだったらまた私に相談してね。
はい。
The moment Natsumi noticed the bandages wrapped around Tomoe's neck and the back of her hands, she remembered the incident that caused it in the park. At the time, she was desperately clawing at her throat, but Tomoe jumped into harm's way in order to protect her, and then...
ともえさん。私なんてことを。
Yeah,
あ
you
あ
probably
これ
needed to address this.
いや私って疲れ
Oh,
がすぐ
she's
肌に
like,
出ちゃって
forget about
隠
it,
れる
don't
体
talk
質なのよ
about
ね
it. Which is smart, because then you don't want this shit leaking.
おかげで夜気がつかないうちにボリボリかいて傷だらけになって嘘です
Damn.
それは
Hit her with the Renner special.
やってない
She's protecting you,
あなたは
Natsumi. Take the
何も
hint.
やっていない私が証言してあげる本人が言うのだからこれ以上確かなものはないでしょ
With that smile disappearing from her face and donning a serious expression, Tomoe looked directly at Natsumi and repeated it again more clearly.
ともえさん。
悪夢を見てうなされて暴れることは誰にだってよくあることよ私も決して寝相がいい方じゃないしねあなたは公園で倒れてうなされてちょっとだけ暴れた
Sleepwalking. Sleep
でも
assaulting.
私を含めて誰も傷ついていないし夢は覚めたそれで終わりおし
That's simplifying it. She went multi-dimensional on the syndrome's ass. It was crazy.
妹を守るのは姉の務め
True. Shion take notes. Everyone
So
needs to
you-
take notes from the concert, honestly.
だから退院したらまた今度
Except
エ
for
ンジェルノー
Mion.
トでケーキでもおごってもら
She's
おうかな
already perfect. Okay, that's cringe. I'm sorry. Tomoe had a bright smile on her face as she said that, while slowly running Natsumi's veins through her fingers. It was a nice, gentle warmth, but with the smell of disinfectant solution emanating from those bandaged hands, she couldn't suppress the feeling of heartbreak inside her. Cry it out. We all need a good cry sometimes.
ともえさん。私。
Natsumi leapt into Tomoe's arms, sobbing and wailing as she did. She was delighted. She was ashamed, frightened, horrified, grief-stricken, and frustrated. But she was sorry, thankful, and happy to be accepted the way she was. She's feeling everything. Natsumi clung to Tomoe for a while, sobbing, her thoughts and feelings overflowing. Hug it out. It's what I love to see around here.
落ち着いた？
はい。
Natsumi firmly nodded while wiping her bright red eyes with Tomoe's handkerchief. Her voice was faint since she'd been crying for so long, but it finally felt like the tension had been released, so Tomoe felt relieved.
ともえさん、
何？
聞いてもらいたいことがあるんです。私のこと嫌いになっちゃうかもしれないけど、
What's she about to spill?
最後まで
Maybe the crazy thing inside her? I don't even know what else she could spill.
いいわ。嫌いにならなくてもいいって条件付きならね。
Imagine if Natsumi just hits you with, I killed your father. It wouldn't even work, but I killed him through the... I was about to say womb, but it would have been like sperm. I don't even know.
ありがとう。
And then Natsumi began her story. It was okay, so it's just her POV. It was largely the same as what she heard from Natsumi's mother, but of course the urgency and seriousness had a remarkably different tone. That's why POV is important, man. It's the same series of events from different POVs can feel completely different. Natsumi was originally far more introverted. She preferred reading books at home over playing with friends. It seems that started because her parents got upset with her when she had fun with others. You got your clothes dirty, you're making trouble for others. After that, she began keeping her distance from her friends, and they started teasing and bad-mouthing her, so she became more and more isolated. And Natsumi's environment was getting more and more terrible around the time she moved on to middle
前
school.
にもお話しした小学校の時のあだ名。
It's the worst nickname
座
ever.
敷わらし
It
を
doesn't even make
中学
sense.
校でも誰かが最初に言い出して、
Should have kept her in Hinamizawa school. She literally wouldn't have been bullied there. There's no one to bully.
それがクラス
She
内
could
で
have
の
been part of the
私の呼び
gang.
名になりました。別にそれだけなら無視していればよかったんだけど、たまたま国語の教科書の中に妖怪の髪の毛が幸運を招くって話が載っていて、
Don't tell me they clipped it. Zashiki Warashi's hair brings good luck. It was completely baseless and absurd, but the story got class excited, so one of her classmates came over, half teasing to cut Natsumi's hair. Based. Also, if someone tries to cut her hair, or does cut her hair, I'm pretty sure that actually counts as assault. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Even as a joke for someone like her who took great pride in her hair, it was absolutely terrible. So she couldn't stand it and shouted stop while violently smacking away the hand of the kid holding the scissors. She used too much force and the scissors were thrown from the kid's hand and ended up cutting into the arm of another nearby student, which caused an uproar in class. Based? Fuck the bullies. You know, we didn't really go into bullying that much in the Higurashi series, but you know, Love. There was a bullying arc and I was livid, bro. I do not like bullying, especially I'm talking more in the story sense. Obviously I'm against bullying in real life too, but especially when like everyone's doing it and the teachers are not doing anything. Sometimes you gotta stand your ground. Fuck them. By fuck them I don't mean like kill them or anything crazy, but like fuck them. This is based, though to be fair they're like younger than the Muffled people, but still based. Though to be fair, the person that got her was like a bystander. I don't even know if she was bullied or not, so maybe not based. It's a 50-50. The girl's face distorted in pain and terror as soon as she saw the blood on her arm, and the female students watching began to shivering. The male students surrounding the area were absolutely stunned to see the level of bloodshed for the first time. Okay, how hard did this scissor hit her, bro? It can't be that deep scan it with scissors? What kind of scissors do they have? And Natsumi stood there shocked in the center of it all, with her mind completely blank.
私がハサミを持って暴れて、その子の腕を
This
切
is
った
some bullshit?
職員室に呼ばれました。
Fake news.
親も呼び出しを受けました。私じゃない。悪いのは相手の子だって何度言っても、全然信じてくれませんでした。
Otonomiya store is kind of ass, bro. This is why the Otonomiya Titans are trash in the Hinamizawa Fighters
不
tiers.
良だとか、乱暴者だとか言われて、叱られて、なじられて。その後、その子が謝りに来てくれたんだけど、今度は誤解される普段の行いが悪いって。
As a result, Natsumi refused to go to school and holed up inside her room. How would her classmates look at her if she went to school? She was confident the boys would badmouth her again and the girls would keep their distance to avoid getting involved. The teacher probably wouldn't be able to set aside earlier doubts and might regard her as a problem child. Then it's a shit teacher, bro. You gotta look at the whole situation. She can't see class-wide bullying, then you're kind of trash. That's all I'm gonna say. She was just scared imagining it. School was no longer a fun place for Natsumi. Dude, this bat story hits hard, but it's Higurashi, of course. The bat stories always hit hard, even in the consorts. We've seen it. Her parents were initially in a hurry to get her back to school, so they half-violently forced her to go. But every time she collapsed in the middle of class with a migraine and throw up, causing a huge commotion. More and more, her classmates and teachers would stare at her and regard her as a problem child. Bro, if I'm a teacher and a student in my class constantly fainted and threw up, I'd be more worried medically than thinking she's a problem child. What the heck? Eventually, just mentioning the word school was enough to make her feel dizzy and faint, so the school advised her to seek counseling.
お医者さんからは貧血症だって言われました。
I don't know why Natsumi prefaced the story to Tomoe saying, hey, you might hate me after this. If anyone hates Natsumi after listening to this, you're insane.
それで私、何度かの検診を受けた後で、大きな病院を紹介されて、そこで
Oh
私、
no.
この病気に効くからと薬を勧めら
The
れたんです。
mystery pill.
大きな病院って、
Not Dodora.
ゴグラの？
Nothing good ever happens in Dodora.
はい。その薬、とってもよく効いて。今まで学校のことを考えただけで気分が悪くなったのに、飲むと元気になれたんです。それに、嫌なことがあったり、体がだるい時にもすぐに良くなって。
Effective drugs, baby. Good, but if they're addictive, it's kind of fucked.
それに、服用回数以上に飲んで
Actually,
も
I
大
don't
丈
know.
夫だからって言われ
Don't
て
take
たか
that
ら。
as the medical advice. Also, you should, I don't know. Probably shouldn't take more than the recommended advice, but why would the doctor say that?
あとは、ともえさんのご存知の通りで
Unless it
す。
was all an inside job.
この薬を飲みすぎてから、なんだか自分じゃない自分が
Literally
私に
created crazy
話しかけて
Natsumi.
くるようになって。
I think Takano cooked this up. She's like, lol, this would be funny. Though it's a little early. I think that's a little early for the Takano to start doing her evil schemes. Natsumi didn't care much at first because it only crawled out of her consciousness when she was sleeping and having a nightmare. But slowly, over time, she was able to hear the voice even when she was still awake. And the result was what happened today.
私、ほんのさっきまでその子に体を乗っ取られていたんです。夏美さん。信じてもらえないかもしれません。
I believe you, but that's just for the readers.
だって私、自分のしでかしたことをありもしない悪魔のせいだって言って逃げようとして
I
る
mean,
ようなものだもの。
you don't even need to take her literally. Just the fact that she's saying, "Oh, I got this medicine from a hospital. I've been taking over the recommended dosage, and then I started seeing things like that." That sounds reasonable.
映画じゃないのに、小説のお話でもないのに。
Nope. I mean, this is
す
reasonable.
ごくバカなこと言っていますよね。でもその子、私の本当の心を暴き出してくるんです。
I wouldn't say it's the true heart, but like an unchained heart. Because it's true, like, yeah, sure, Natsumi is probably angry at Chisato, so maybe she did want to kill her deep down, but it doesn't really mean it's their true self, because humans, their true self, do have control over their emotions. That's like truer than true. That's like going deep, deep.
みんな壊したい。
Because you can be a true person and still know how to control yourself. That's like if you lose control of everything and just, you know, start killing everyone who pisses you off or whatever.
みんななかったことにしたい。気に入らないこと全部消して、邪魔するやつはみんな殺して、そして。
いいのよ。
She wrapped her hands around Natsumi's trembling hands, transmitting the warmth of her palms. To which Natsumi replied by continuing to timidly look away. Tomoe had a gentle smile on her face, and then she gave another firm nod to Natsumi, who was biting her lip in hesitation.
辛かったんでしょ?
Yeah, that childhood sounds rough, man. I fucking got my blood boiling with some bullying bullshit.
だからもういいのよ。誰だって怒りたいこと、やけになりたくなることがある。
And again, why Zarashi, man? Those, again, Judo Zarashi Watashi or whatever the fuck they're called. They're like these little bob head things. They don't even have long hair. Why would a textbook say a lock of Zarashi hair is good? Actually, that makes a lot of sense because they contain luck in them. But still, it's such a dot. Her hair is light green slash brown or something. It's not jet black like the Zarashi. These kids are shit bullies, man.
でも、それを恥じなくてもいい。そうしたくなったら、私がいつでも聞いてあげるから。何度でも言うわ。
Literally a saint. Please don't die.
私は
This arc or
あ
the
なたが
sister
大
arc.
好き。いいところも悪いところもひっくるめて、あなたのことを本当の妹みたいに
Okay,
思
but
って
where
い
does she
るわ。
rank against Madoka? No, I'm joking.
だから
They're
私
both
の前
real
では
sisters.
何も構えなくてもいいの。いい子でなくてもいいの。むしろもっとわがままになって悪い子になって私に面倒を見させなさいね。
She's too wholesome to be a bad girl. Don't force it, Natsumi. Just stay pure. Listen to that voice, man. It's too cute. She
お帰り
died?
なさい
Oh no, she's fine.
夏美。
Just some really violent falling sound.
ただいま。
You're back. We're back. Wonder if we need to hash out the beef with Chisato now. It's probably due. Natsumi tightly squeezed Tomoe's hand and sobbed. It's okay for me to be here. It's alright to go on living, right, sis? If to answer that question, Tomoe gently stroked Natsumi's head. Sometimes you just need a good head okay, that I honestly wasn't trying to be dirty there. I cut myself off because that sounded really bad, but there's a lot of head patting and stroking in this series, okay? if even if everything she had were to disappear, she was sure that. Oh, speak of the devil. Then all of a sudden, the door of the hospital room violently swung open, and then a girl charged in with her face pale and the braids in her hair coming unraveled. We still need to squash this beef, because I'm still mad at Chisato for trying to convince our boy Todo that Natsumi was planning to bring him to Hinamizawa to fucking sacrifice him. Like, obviously it was just to get him to get creeped out so she can I don't know, seduce him to become her boyfriend instead, but that shit was really petty. Anyways, let's squash the beef and probably just like hug it out. It's due. She must have run the whole way down the hallway, because huge beads of sweat were running along her forehead and harsh breaths were constantly spilling out from her mouth. Chisato. Was that the girl Natsumi described as her best friend? Remembering the name, Tomoe began to speak up, offering the girl her seat to let her catch her breath. What happened? It sounded something got punched? I think maybe she's doing the... What's it called? Daguza? She's bowing in repentance. For a moment, Natsumi and Tomoe were frozen in place with their eyes open wide in shock. Oh no, it's actual punched. Excuse me? Chisato steadied her breathing, then ran straight toward Natsumi with an angry look on her face and slapped her cheek hard. Then... What the heck? I guess it's kind of a Chisato thing to do. Hey! Was that another swing? Oh no, it's normal. Shouting loudly enough you could easily forget this was inside a hospital, she forcefully dove into Natsumi's chest, pressing her face right up against it. Her shoulders shaking and her voice cutting out. Bro, I thought she was going for another swing. I'm like, alright, calm down, Chisato. Natsumi's hospital gown quickly became soaked in dribbling teardrops, and her tightly clenched chest was being wrinkled. Natsumi ignored the pain in her cheek and gazed at her sobbing best friend. What, that hurt? She hardly felt any pain from the slap. Instead, the shock made her mind go completely blank, and she couldn't think of anything to say. Then, Chisato suddenly raised her head to look up at Natsumi. Though Tomoe was standing right beside her, Chisato saw nothing but her best friend. Kind of hard to talk about. Plus, I don't know if they're ever gonna address Chisato doing that. Like, that was the snakiest thing ever, bro. I'm still not over that. That was insanely snaky. I mean, Natsumi was already going crazy, but that definitely, like, was the cherry on top. Yeah, but you were plotting to get them to break up. I think. Two-way street? I think it was a two-way street. Don't get gaslit. Despite still crying and her face being wet with tears, Chisato's sharp gaze was enough to make Natsumi awkwardly turn away. As soon as Tomoe noticed, she tried to pull the two of them apart, but Chisato pushed her away, then spoke vehemently. Though she does seem really upset, so... Maybe everything is reset, and we're all friends again. No more petty stuff, and no more crazy Natsumi. Sounds like a good deal to me.
やけになってとんでもないこと考えるかもって今の今まで必死だった。
Okay, she definitely got hit with the guilty aura, huh?
神様にだって祈ったさ。あんたが無事でい
Face?
てくれって心の底から願い続けてきたさ。そしたらあんた
Does that mean God saved us? Hanyu? She
病院
here?
だって。
She's working overtime?
ごめんなさい。
No wonder Hanyu's not in Hinamiza in this fragment. She's busy saving Natsumi, the true key piece to beating Takano and the rest of Tokyo.
私はあんたに謝ってほしいんじゃない。ただ私はあんたが無事で、それから。
After that, there are no longer any words. Just Chisato feeling relieved and glad to learn that Natsumi was safe. The fact that she yelled at her and suddenly slapped her must have been the flip side of how desperate she's been. That's how it felt, so Natsumi couldn't feel resentful over being slapped. She felt sincerely sorry for making her worry. And more than that, she felt thankful. Okay, I guess the beef is squashed. I guess if Natsumi is happy, I'm happy. We'll take off the demerit points from Chisato's record.
千里さん、夏美さんのことも分かってあげて。彼女は
She was literally going crazy.
知ってるよ。夏美の病気のことくらい。
What that? Since when? Natsumi suddenly gasped and her face hardened as she turned toward Chisato. She was still crying and there was sobbing in her voice as she spoke, but she placed her hand on top of Natsumi's.
あんたがおばあちゃんと一緒に私のところ病院、佐伯病院に通ってることずっと前から知ってたよ。
Secret attack.
ただの付き添いだってあんたは言ってたけど、私見たんだ。見るつもりなんてなかったけど、あんたが精神科で診察受けてるとこ偶然。
Alright, I think we're gonna stop here. Kind of a medium length episode just because it's getting pretty late, but pretty intense stuff. I wonder if they're done. I feel like they should bring that in, bro, because I still feel like it's insane, bro. The Chisato thing where she's like, yeah, I don't know if you should go to Hinamiza. She might try to like sacrifice you. That damn it. I'm kind of surprised they're just brushing that over. I mean, I do think Chisato's genuinely like freaking out and is like, you know, really cares about Natsumi, of course. So I'm fine with them hashing it out, but it's still kind of surprising. And of course, you know, Tamato at the end of they're like you know, we're the three musketeers, but we all know Tamato truly is has like Chisato's back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll cook some more, and then we'll have a better or an even more satisfying you know, squashing of the beef. But thanks for watching Higurashi as per usual, and I will see you next time with some more console art goodness. Until then, later.